Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do a chatty get ready with me. I'm just going to sit down, do my makeup and talk. And I got so much support on my last video, my little rant. And I just want to say thank you guys so much, especially the people who said they were going to go like watch my videos. So cute. Thank you guys so much. All right, so I'm going to do a little bit of color correcting. I have my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless filter on. I'm using the Makeup Forever palette, the Harmony 2 palette. I'll just put some right here where I have some darkness. Now, I did a full review on this palette before on my channel. If you haven't seen it, you can go watch it. And since I got this palette, guys, I've been using it so much. Oh, I'll just leave my under eye. I don't feel like correcting my under eye today. I'm using a full coverage concealer anyway. All right, so I want to use my Tom Ford foundation stick. I have the updated shade in Chestnut. I got this from the CCO, and I was so mad I purchased that other one, but I'm gonna give it to my niece. I had it in Warm Nutmeg, which was too dark. So Chestnut, I think, is a much better match for me. And since I'm the only one that's gonna use this, I'm putting it directly on my face. Oh, I almost panicked. I was like, is this Warm Nutmeg? And like I told you guys before, I'm hearing the girls on TikTok are saying that it's that it's being discontinued. So this one smells a little odd for a new foundation stick. All right, I'm going in with the Jacqueline Times Murphy brush. I love to use this brush when anytime I do a cream foundation. All right, so I'm gonna conceal with the palette. So I like to mix the foundation shade, and I realize the foundation shade in this palette is Y505 because it's the shade that I have in the stick foundation. So I'm gonna mix it with, I mix some of the foundation with the concealer. So I'm mixing these two. Where is it? This right here and this right here, so it wouldn't be as bright as the last time. And I'm also gonna just put it on my eye. And this is so creamy and beautiful, guys. And I noticed the one on Sephora is they didn't keep it at half off. It's back to $85. Because I was looking at it, I'm saying to myself, oh, is this gonna be, no, it's not. It's no longer 40 something dollars or $50 or whatever it is. It's back to it's back to $85. And I have always used a sponge with this. I've never used with like the creams. I've never used a brush with them. And it works for me. I like using it with the sponge. I'm just putting some in the center of my face. I'm mixing the same two shades just for a highlight. And it's so easy to use, very convenient. All right, so I had purchased this Tarte contour wand a while back, and I didn't really use it much. I have it in the shade, oh, something is itching. I have it in the shade Warm Bronze, and this was the last, and this is the final thing I'm going to purchase from Tarte. I mean, I already own it, so I'm going to use it because they've always shown us who they are as far as how they, you know, treat people of color. And after that whole fiasco on TikTok, how they treated the non-white creators versus the creators of color, just pissed me off. So I'm pretty much done with them. All right, so I don't even remember much about this, but let's see. Oh, I don't remember it being this light. This is lighter than I remember, and it feels as though it already dried up. I purchased this over the summer. Warm bronze. This is not looking too bronzy. Okay, so now I don't feel bad that I'm not gonna be. It doesn't feel spongy at all. Hear that? Feels hard, like there's something very hard. I don't think product is coming out of it. I didn't twist it up. It wasn't open. Oh my God. Okay, now it's open. All right, I still don't, I thought it was darker, but it has a nice bronzy shade. Do you guys own this? Do you like it? Yeah, Tarte, and they're not, you know, I mean, their Shape Tape is inclusive, but a lot of times they do very like sus stuff, and as the kids would say, I'm standing on business with Tarte. Standing on business. Just blending it out with my sponge. Okay. It's not as deep as I thought it would be. I picked this up at Ulta, actually. I went in there, I think I wanted a different shade, and when I got there, this was the darkest shade they had, and instead of just saying, well, okay, I wanted to leave there with, I wanted to leave there with it. That's me. And so I grabbed it. All right, so since that was like more like bronzing, I'm gonna use the deep contour shade in this palette, which I think could have been deeper. I mean, I still like it, but it could have been deeper. And I'm just gonna go like right on my contour line beneath this to snatch my cheekbones. I'm not gonna put any in my forehead. I like how my forehead looks bronze, and plus I'm gonna use powder bronzer. And before I go in with powder, I'm gonna use the highlighter shade, the cream highlighter. I love this, and I like how it plays with my makeup. It doesn't pick up my foundation, because I find I struggle with creams. I have to work on that. I struggle with creams. Like a lot of times my makeup will look patchy like after I do it. All right, I'm gonna set my under eyes with my Maybelline Fit Me powder in shade 30. When I did my faves video the other day, I mentioned that this powder has had me in a chokehold. And that's an understatement. It's so nice, and I think what I like about it, it's certainly not translucent. So if you're looking for a translucent powder, this is not it. This is definitely opaque. But it snatches the under eye so bad. Like, it just pulls it together. And then I'm going to bake a little bit. Yeah, I've been doing that a little bit. Not like baking for like really long or anything like that. But I'm going to go in with my Laura Mercier powder in the shade Honey. And I'm going to use my little puff from Amazon. I don't know, I just don't like the Beauty Blender one. I find it to be so clumsy. And that's like blasphemy, because everybody loves it. And I like to put it right here. You know, like when you do your makeup, after a while, you find stuff that works for you and you keep doing it. This works for me. I let it sit like this. And while it sits, I powder my face. I'm using my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in dark. Like I said, I repurchased this powder after not having it for years. And I realized how much I love it. And I'm a powder person. I could never have enough powder. And also, while that's baking, I go in with my first bronzer. This is the Gucci in 05. Yes, I use two. This is also in the vein of me trying to use all my makeup products as much as I can without my face looking too crazy and too cakey. So I've been layering bronzer. This one, I just do this with the first bronzer. And then I'm going to do my eyes. And then I'm going to use the second bronzer when I finish up the rest of my face, because I am extra. And I'm just gonna dust off this powder, and I bring it up right here in the crease, because I find sometimes I get a lot of creasing like right here, because that's where, you know, my tear duct is, around that area, so my eyes can get a little watery. So I bring the powder and I make sure like right in here, the powder is sitting. All right, now for the eyes, I already have one eye done, and I wanted to use the makeup by, I wanted to use the Patrick Ta with the Danessa Myricks Pirate palette so you guys can see. So I'm going to use the two darkest brown shades, these two, because I want to set down a dark base. And as you can see, I have concealer and powder on my lids, and it doesn't make a difference because these creams are dry in a good way. They're not as emollient and like creamy as the Patrick Ta. So you can put it over powder. It's not patchy, it works. And that's why I think they're very easy to use. You just have to have the right brush because it's not going to be slipping and sliding anywhere. You see that? There's no slipping, there's no sliding. It just goes on. Of course, it's fine on the bare lid as well, but it's also fine on the lid with powder. And then I'm going to take a little brush, a small brush, and I'm going to go in with the Patrick Ta, and I'm going to use the two cool tones right here, these two cool tones. I'll mix them together, and I'll go on the outer edge of my eye just to create more depth and making it like very cool tone, and then bringing it in a little bit to almost make it look like a cut crease, but it's not a cut crease by any means. It's definitely not a cut crease. And then I'm going to go in with a warm brown shade right here. And I'm going to put that shade right on top of where I put down the cool shade, like right here. And it makes it pop. I'm taking these two right on the bottom here, mixing them together. And I'm going to put it in the inner part of the eye because I love that brown shade. And I'm already thinking what happens when it hits pan, because I think that's the first shade out of all the other shades I'm going to hit pan on. What do I do? And I don't think he's going to be making a single, so I don't know what I'm going to do. And I'm already thinking about that. So I'm going to take those same two shades and I'm going to go on my brow bone. And then I'm going to mix one of the cool shades on top with the white shade right there for my tear duct so that it can pop right in here. And with the white shade, don't be afraid to put a lot because during the day it'll fade over time. During the day it doesn't stay as bright. I mean, you can see, but it doesn't stay as bright. So like, don't be afraid to add. All right, so I'm gonna go in with lashes and liner, and I'll be right back and see how quick and simple that was using these two palettes. It's effortless because the shades pretty much blend themselves. All right, I'm back with lashes and liner on, and I'm going in and I'm gonna do some more bronzing. I'm using the Patrick Star Dark Trio. I'm gonna use this fan brush. I haven't used it in a while. I just saw it when I was going through my brushes. So did you guys order anything from that 20% off they had, that one-time code? So I did, not a lot of stuff. I re-upped on some stuff. And I really love the Sephora, their eyeliner pencils. And it was like $6. So I ordered like 4. And I got my shipment yesterday and one of those were missing. And I had also ordered the Makeup Forever pencil in Cacao. That cool tone pencil that I really like. I saw a few people use it here on YouTube as well. And I've also seen it on TikTok. Because I was on YouTube, when was it? A couple nights ago, I was on YouTube. I couldn't sleep. I was on YouTube like all night. And I was looking like at a lot of videos, and I saw it quite a bit. That was not in there. So I was like, oh my God, what happened? Did they do 2 shipments? Did I miss the email notifying me? You can never have enough bronzer. Notifying me that they did 2 shipments. I called and she was like, oh, that pencil's out of stock. I'm like, but I purchased it. You guys took my money and I used the gift card. And she was like, oh, I'm gonna refund you your money. I said, you're gonna refund it to the gift card? Because I didn't pay with the card. I paid with the gift card. It was like this big confusion. I was so annoyed. And she said she's gonna refund me the money. She was like, oh, I can use the card that you have on file, something like that. She said, so I'm gonna double check with her today because I'm not letting it go. All right. So one of the purchases I made was this blush duo by Charlotte Tilbury. It's the, oh Lord, what is it? All right. It's the Hollywood Blush and Glow palette. This is the Hollywood Glide. This one is called the Hollywood Glide. And I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting it to be this little because I was like, oh, this is reasonably priced for Charlotte Tilbury. It's little, but I don't really need much more because, I mean, when was the last time I finished a blush, right? All right, this is what it looks like. It's pretty. This is like, it's like an orange shade. I thought it was very pretty. So let's see what it looks like. And I feel weird not using any creams today for blush, but oh, it's pigmented, but dust some of it off. Let's put it lightly at first. Okay. I haven't seen any like big launches. I'm like, what happened to the launches this year? I mean, it saved our pockets, right? Because we have no control when makeup drops, which is a good thing. But to me, I feel like I haven't seen any like big launches. Or was that Danessa Myricks palette her launch? Was the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette her launch? I don't know. I'm going to go in with the same blush. And I'm going to use this highlighter part. Okay, it's not that beaming, so I think I can get away with this. Just do like a little, and maybe when I set my face, I can put some, concentrate more like around the cheekbone area. Okay, this is not bad for what it is, but it's not, I'm not jumping up and down. It's not fantastic. It's just another blush duo. It's not earth-shattering or anything like that. All right. I'm going to set my face and I am going to be right back. All right. I don't know how I feel about this little palette, and I find like the highlighter's kind of dry. Let's see with my finger. That'll have just set my face. All right, a little better, but it's not like my favorite highlighter. All right. So for the lips, I want to show you my favorite lip combo at the moment. And it's a brown lip liner. I'm using Simmer Down Brown. I wish I had gotten that lip liner in Cacao. I really wanted to try it. I'm so mad. But I'm going to go in store. And I'm going to see if they have it in store. And I'm going to pick it up. All right. So I have Nile and Sheba. Sheba is the darker lip. This is some Juvia's Place. And I just like to go around the edges of my lip. Because I'm going to put Nile in the center. And then I add more as I add the Nile. This is just my weird way of doing it, getting the same results, but you know, you feel like you're doing something. Anyway, guys, this is the finished look. And this has been my aesthetic. Latte makeup, latte makeup, latte makeup, even more so now. Like everything I do now, is latte makeup. But right now I'm just obsessed with this eye from that Patrick Ta palette. But I'm gonna start trying to incorporate the shimmers from my the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette and from the Maria palette, because I have it. I have to start incorporating it, but this has just been my go-to look. Maybe that's what I'll call the video. My go-to look. And I swap out any kind of blush. I don't love this blush duo. Alright guys, I want to thank you guys so much for watching and for coming back to my channel. To all my new subscribers, thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.